Alright guys, Tom here, and this is Tom's Tutorial Tuesday, week 3, and today I'm going to show you some more render settings, but these are render settings for if you do commentaries or gameplays on your channel, and you want to get some good quality for your gameplays basically, which you're going to upload to YouTube. So these settings keep the file size down and add a good colour correction to them so the colours look better and it looks really nice when you upload. So you're just going to go in to get a clip. Now this colour correction works for any game, but I'm just going to pick Modern Warfare 3. So I'm just going to drag in a file. When I get a gameplay, I stop it after I've got the gameplay and just rename it. So that's probably why it says 34 and 3 Scarrel Fallen, because I stopped the recording and rename it. So I know if I want to do a commentary, then I can find it quickly. So once you've imported the clip, it'll just build the peaks for the audio. You want to right click on it and press switches and disable resample like we did last time, and once you've done that, go on to this button here which says event pan and crop. Click on that and it'll take you to this screen here, and I'm going to click on my preset. You won't have one because you haven't got one, but once you've gone onto event pan and crop, you need to make sure you've got these two purple buttons clicked, and this one here is it doesn't tick or untick, so you need to make sure that it looks like that one where all the arrows are pointing out. And you want to see this maintain aspect ratio, you want to click that and press no, and you want to use my settings, which are actually basically the width is 1270.2, and if you adjust that, it'll adjust the height to 714.5, and that makes sure it gets rid of the black bars. As you can see, they've already disappeared, and that means that you've taken away the black bars and it makes it a lot more professional. So you've done that, and now to just go into these properties here, so you need to click this little purple button with a mouse cursor on it and press project video properties, and it'll open this. Now these are a bit different to the render settings I did for clips, so you're going to click on the default HDV 720/30p one. You're going to click that, and the width will automatically be 1280 by 720, which will make it HD. And field order, you want to pick non-progressive scan, and pixel aspect ratio just needs to be 1. Don't get tricked by putting it HDV just because it is HD. It's 1.0000 square. Frame rate is 29.97 because YouTube compresses to 29.97, so there's no point doing 60 frames per second. Pixel format will be 8-bit. That's because if you do 32-bit, it creates pixels and makes the video much darker, and the file size is huge and it actually makes the quality worse, so definitely 8-bit. The compositing gamma, you can't change that because it's HD, and the full resolution render quality, you want that on best. If you put it on draft, the quality will look terrible, so you definitely want that on best. And motion blur type, you want that on Gaussian, not Gaussian isometry, you want it on Gaussian. So click that, and deinterlace method, you want that on blend fields. Now you want to press adjust source media to better match project or render settings so you get better quality, so click that, and you just want to save that as a preset if you want to, and click save, and press apply and OK. So you've basically got your video properties and disable resample, and you've got everything sorted. But now you want to see the colour correction and get the colour correction on, so the colours look much better. So if I just find a good place to show you what adding a colour correction will do, so if I use this one here, so I've got my video here, and you want to go to this little tab here which says video effects, and you're going to go down to colour curves, and you'll have to do this like this, but I've already got a preset. So if I click this, you won't have this, but I'll show you my settings. So I've got a Mystery Gamers TV one, and if I add that, it makes the colours come out more, makes it a little bit darker and sharpens the effect. So for you, you'd have to go in colour curves and add reset to none, and just by moving the bars, it'll start off as a line down the middle. You need to move the top bar up a little bit so it's in the centre like that, and you want to move the bottom bar down but still in the centre like that, and just get it like that, and you'll start to see it makes the colours darker and lighter in certain positions. And I'll just show you what the difference is. If you take it off, it's like that, and if you put it on, it's like that, and it makes the picture much more darker but also brings out the bright colours, so it actually changes and makes the colours more brighter and vibrant. So you can see a little glows coming on that white bit there. And the second one you want to is to add sharpen. So if I go down to my video settings, I'd add sharpen like that. And the one you want to put on is reset to none. And you'll be like, why reset to none? Reset to none actually does add a little sharpen. And as you can see, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it, but if I untick it and then put it back on, all the edges look more sharper. If you don't have it on, it makes the edges look softer, which reduces how good the quality is. So if you add sharpen, it makes basically just what it says on the tin, and makes all the edges a little bit more sharper, so you can see them better instead of blurring out and pixelating. So you definitely want to put sharpen on, just reset to none, nothing else, so it look horrible, because if I add the full amount it looks terrible. If I just add that, it looks pretty bad as well. So you want to put it on reset to none just by dragging it to 0, and it does actually add something to it. So that's basically what you add. You can add a saturation adjust. I'll show my settings, but it doesn't always look good. It depends what map you have. So if you just drag on my preset I've made, as you can see, the colours look much more colourful and looks cool. So just copy these settings if you want a saturation adjust. I don't always recommend it because I think it looks a bit stupid sometimes, but these are some good settings that I got for somebody. So if you just want them, just copy them down, but I'd recommend not putting saturation adjust on because sometimes it looks a bit stupid. But you can if you want, if you like that effect, but I usually don't. So I'm going to take that off. So just to show you what it looks like without, what it looks like with, just so you compare the two. And yeah, so once you've done that, just highlight this bit that you want to render out, click File, Render As, and you want to, I'll just save it to the desktop. And you want, not a lot of people use MP4, but WMV is a better quality. So click on Windows Media Video V11 WMV, click on that, and you'll have lots of presets, and you're like, what is happening? So click on this one, 5 megabytes per second, HD 720 to 25p video. Click on that, but I'll go onto my preset, and once you're on that, you need to click Custom. The mode is CBR. The format is Windows Media Audio 9.2. They will be standard. They will be the same for you. But the one you want to change is 128 kilobytes per second. That will be different. And the 44 kilohertz per second stereo. It just changes the audio quality a bit and downsizes it for what YouTube compresses to. So it reduces the file size. Now going on to video. It'll keep all them the same, but make sure you've got Windows Media Videos 9, not any of the others. Click on that, and it'll automatically high definition 1280 by 720 and 1.000 square. Now the frame rate is 29.97, like we did there, and the seconds per keyframe, you'll need to change that to 3, and the override default compression buffer, you need to tick that and put that on to 3, and the video smoothness, obviously you wanted to put it on 100. The bitrate will be 5, but you can also up that to 6, because sometimes I can find it. If you put it to 6, YouTube sometimes compresses to 6 over a little bit over 5, but usually to keep the file size down, and YouTube compresses to just over 5, then you want to put it on 5, and that's how many megabytes it is per second. So your HDVR recording 14, but YouTube compresses to 5, like I said. So you want to have it on 5 to keep the file size down. And project, you just use project settings, which is best full, and the best, which we did in the video properties. That's all okay, and render it out. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you're going to be using this in some of your commentaries. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.